What's up, you guys? Hi, and welcome back to our channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Leniko. This is my husband, James, and we are Tiny Little Blessings. So if you're new, welcome. If you aren't new, welcome back. Okay, good to have you back. I know y'all are telling us welcome back too, because it has been a little minute. I know. And I think like the last time we saw y'all, we were like disclosing some pretty big news. So we'll talk about that. But first of all, welcome back to another Dine and Chat with us. So yeah, we decided to sit down and have a little convo with y'all today because we know we got to kind of catch y'all up, and you know, people's been asking how we've been doing. So we just went to one of our little favorite spots. I think we introduced this spot already to y'all, right?
C&L Jamaican restaurant in Snellville, Georgia.
So
big ups, Papa and Mama.
And we got and we got our little favorites. So not too much different. Got a little curry goat over there in the corner, and got my little stewed chicken. And you know James, what he got? He got his little red snapper. So let's dig in, and then we'll, you know, give us a second to get ourselves together, y'all. Then we gonna chat, okay? Because I know y'all like trying to figure out what's going on. So let's dig on in. Oh, and I got my little rice and peas, of course. James kind of was like laughing at me when we were placing our order over the phone, because the lady was like, yeah, we're currently out of rice and peas. And I was like, no, I really wanted the rice and peas. So I thought I was just gonna have to get just the white rice, but my plate is back home and it has rice and peas in it, so I'm not really complaining. So which drink are you doing?
The one that you ain't.
Oh, I'm doing
The mango.
Mango, yeah. I'm good with that. So yeah, we are eating good today again. I mean, not that we don't always eat good, but today we just decided to get our little spot back up again, since they always treat us so good. So the only thing for me is I do not like plantains. I've never been able to. I think for me it's just a thing anyway of like warm fruit. Some fruit I just am like, no, I can't do it when it's hot. That's okay. I don't know if it's that, or I don't know, because I love bananas, but of course they're kind of different than bananas.
Bananas.
Right, but I'm saying just something similar. So I don't know. I just know I've never been able to get down with the plantain. I'm gonna get me a little curry goat too. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that I also got me this time a chicken patty. I usually get beef patty. I like beef patties, but today I just decided to do a chicken patty. We'll see if I can eat all this. We'll see. So anyway, so what's been going on, you guys? We hope that you all have been well. It's a lot of like holidays and things that done passed. So hopefully y'all enjoyed y'all's 4th of July, Juneteenth for those who would rather celebrate that one. What else? I think that's Memorial Day. I don't even think we've been up here for Memorial Day either, so I hope y'all enjoyed that. Yeah, we've been gone kind of like a little minute, huh? Where you been? Where you been?
At work.
Where you been? Like I ain't been gone too. So, y'all, but a lot has really been going on, which we'll get into. And so, speaking of which, what we been up to, babe? What you been up to? Tell the people what you been up to.
Oh, I've been going to work.
Well, we know that.
And then more work.
We know work has been happening.
And taking care of the hound. We know that's been happening.
Same over here. Taking care of things. And people. So
For me, just standard.
so good.
Just my standard 9 to 5 plus extra days. Go to work, come home, spend time with this one and Giselle, mostly with Giselle, because she either wants to go outside, so I take her outside. It's either the bounce house or the pool. Most of the time it's both. She prefers water over everything. So a lot of times when we go out, if I don't have the pool out, it's the hose. So it's one or the other.
I don't know how I feel about this mango drink.
You don't like it, hand it over. It's mango.
I generally like mango.
Did you shake it up?
I did not.
It's fresh. You gotta
Yeah.
shake it, shake it, shake it.
But it has other stuff in it too. Organic mango, iris moss. Yeah, extra stuff that I'm not really
Yeah, shake it up.
feeling. I'll leave that for you. I don't think I want to go.
Oh, hand it over.
Do you want it now?
Let's see what it tastes like. Let's see what
Not
it
mine.
contains.
But yeah, y'all. So Giselle, we've been taking her to the beach. Also, well, not just the beach. She's been to a few beaches this summer, including Savannah.
Couple. 2.
Right. Okay.
She ain't got to the few yet.
Well, up to you. Couple.
Actually, it's not bad.
Like including what? South Carolina, Charleston,
So we did
Savannah.
Savannah first. And then Father's Day weekend, we was in the Charleston area. And the beach we went to down there was called Isles of Palms.
Oh, nice too.
And we got in the right spot. Free parking. Down from the community beach, so it wasn't as crowded. So yeah,
That was a really
it.
nice. It was a really nice trip. We did a whole weekend out of that, so that was really nice.
Got to see our daughter Nicole, our granddaughter Talia, because it was also coinciding with we was meeting them to celebrate our granddaughter Talia, who had turned 18 not too long ago, and graduated high school. So now the real journey part of her life is about to start, which is she's thinking about the military.
Yeah.
Which, you know me, I'm retired from the military. I don't have a problem with anyone going into the military.
I don't think some people know that. That you're,
I've told them.
that you're a military vet. So yeah. So that was the Charleston trip. We had a good time. We also took her to Savannah. And she's been getting plenty of like water time. That girl loves being in the water. So we looking into now trying to get her into swimming lessons so that we can, so that she can get more comfortable with the water and just, I know for me, I don't even know how to swim. And it's not that like my parents didn't try, because I remember for a long time, like every summer, for a few years, every summer straight we would go, but I never would want to learn. So I would just like refuse to put my head under and things. So it was like I never really learned. But I want her to, and but him on the other hand, he swims like a little fish over there, which is probably why he eats so much of it. So I'm glad about that, and I'm glad that somebody knows how. So I definitely want her to know how to. So we're looking at putting her in swimming lessons because she's so comfortable with the water. She's been very comfortable with the water. So that's that. But yeah, she's doing really good, really good. And as for us, I know that I'm gonna just go in and jump right in. I know the last time y'all saw me in the video, I was talking about being pregnant again.
An announcement video.
Yeah. I was finding out I was so, I really was genuinely shocked this time because I did not, I had even told him, I was like, you know, not that we, I mean, as adults, we're all adults, hopefully that watch it, but you know, married folk, we're not ever not really trying. So we're always kind of in that trying because we're never not trying. But I honestly, that cycle did not think, and I just told him too, like I did not think that we were in at all. Like I hadn't even thought about us being in during that cycle.
In?
Meaning, like I didn't count us in. Did that sound funny? Well, I did not.
She didn't think we caught the cycle.
Right, I definitely did not think we caught that cycle at all. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, not even there. And so it was much to my surprise though. I was like, what? So when y'all saw that, when I showed y'all that video, I was so shocked. I didn't even stay on long. I just had to share, like, because I don't even know how much of my shock actually came through on camera, but I was really more shocked than I may have led on, but I was very shocked. So so yeah, we found out what in March. Right.
But
and it has been a lot since then. A lot of developments, a lot of everything. I think for me, and I'll just talk about me. When I first found out, I think I was excited for like all of like 5 minutes. And of course 5 minutes don't mean literally 5 minutes, but I think I was excited for all of 5 minutes until it just kind of turned into like dread for me. Because as you all know, you know, it's no secret. I mean, even if you didn't get a chance to watch our life update that we put out, I think it was like shortly after New Year's maybe, about what happened in September. So if you haven't caught that video, you should go back and watch it. We did discuss the miscarriage that we suffered back in September. And so here we are at February, March time frame, finding out again, like, wait, what? So for me, it was of course the initial onset of like worry, because we didn't even know what happened. We still don't even have answers as to what happened with the miscarriage, with that late miscarriage. So
well, really there was no
right, there was no
answers,
answer. It wasn't right. If there was no answer, because everything test wise came back normal.
Yep.
So yeah, so it was like it just knocked me off my square. So I didn't know, you know, not having any answers from that, or not having the kind of answers that would at least, you know, help to say, well, do this instead, don't do that this time, would have been, I don't know, maybe a little bit more helpful. But because I didn't have that, I just went into like straight worry mode. So for me, it was really difficult at first. And that's probably why that's one of the main reasons y'all didn't see me. Y'all haven't seen me since then, because it was a lot to kind of process.
She shut down on social media. That's basically what she's saying.
I did. I shut down because I had to process.
Literally shut down.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I had a lot to process. On top of the idea that like, this will be our second rainbow baby. Like if you'd have told me that, matter of fact, you wouldn't have been able to tell me that we would be on this journey again, another pregnancy after loss journey again, and of another rainbow baby journey like this baby. Because if you don't know, also Giselle, our two-year-old, she is our rainbow baby as well. She's our first rainbow baby after the loss of our son. And so so this baby that I'm pregnant with now is a rainbow baby after the loss of our daughter. So that was a lot. Like, can I take that in for a minute? So yeah, I had a lot of processing going on. I did, and it was really tough. It really was for a while. But I actually will be talking. I'll sit down and talk to y'all more about that because I don't want to take up like a whole. Like I want to be able to share some stuff too. But I'll do another video about how that journey has been going for me, or how this journey has been going for me in more detail. So, but yeah, that's where we have been. Yeah. And that's been a battle because it's been like actually not just about my feelings or about our feelings. It's actually been a lot of medical things too that have kind of tried, well, not a lot, but some medical things that, have that really kind of really threw a wrench. Like what? So I'll just say this much. I literally became a medical anomaly, put it that way, because what started happening was like unheard of. So, but and so we had to deal with that for some weeks, like several weeks, and have unanswered questions and things, that we had to kind of just really just lean on each other and lean into prayer about, So, thankfully though, a lot of those things have been resolved. And so we are now I'll be 21 weeks tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Yay. So, we're just celebrating that. And that's about as far as
official. It is official.
Right. So if it's not official, it is now. So yes, I will be 21 weeks tomorrow. So we've gotten past that anniversary anxiety. For me was at 17 weeks because that's when we lost our daughter back in September. So even leading up to that was like scary. And then I had to, that week was just nerve-wracking and all. So, but we're here and baby is here, and like I said, 21 weeks to work tomorrow. So we're just kind of celebrating as we go and just being thankful for but anyway, that's how it's been for me.
So what is the things that have been scaring you about the pregnancy?
So okay, let me say this first. This is the earliest that I have ever learned of a pregnancy. And this is my 4th pregnancy. The absolute earliest. Usually, I'm so used to finding out and the first trimester is almost over. That's how late I'm usually finding out about these pregnancies. But this one I found out when I was 4 weeks. I was super early. So, well, for me. So I still had to wait to go to the doctor, to have my first doctor's appointment, which didn't happen for me until 9 weeks. So from 4 to 9 weeks, I was just kind of like at home, wondering, all that. So, but when I got to the doctor, they always do, that first appointment, they always do a blood draw, an initial blood draw, and then they do a whole workup, they call it an OB panel. So they give me all my numbers, you can imagine, with blood work and lab work. The thing that happened that was so strange that came back from that lab work, now everything was fine. Like, I mean, for the most part, everything was fine. The only thing was my blood type was looking really different. So normally I am, without a doubt, O positive, right? And that's never been an issue. That's never been a question, never even been a eyebrow raised at all in none of my pregnancies. That's just what it's been, O positive. But this time, it was reading something different. It was saying that I was O, but had like some weak, they called it, like it says, it was named like weak D. So at first the doctors were like, and then even my doctor, she was like, I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna draw it again. So they drew it again, waited another week or two. And then it came back, same thing. And then it showed that I was developing this time, because it was a more in-depth test. And so it showed that my body was developing some antibodies. Now, let me just say this real quick. I know y'all not really all that medical. You may not be all that medical, but if you are, you know, whatever, you might get it. I am O positive, which in a pregnancy is never an issue. Like, there's no issues, no questions, no anything extra that has to be done in a pregnancy with a woman who is O positive. A woman who is O negative, there are some other extra things you have to do, because her body develops antibodies. And the antibodies, the dangerous thing with that is that the antibodies that a O negative woman develops could fight, or not, it does. Eventually in the pregnancy, it will begin to, if not treated, it will be, her blood, the mother's blood will begin to fight the baby and to fight the baby's blood. And so then that could have a whole lot of other stuff. The baby could become anemia because the body restricts certain blood from going to the baby that needs to go to the baby and things like that. So it can cause a whole host of problems. Well, for me, again, O positive, never had to do anything extra, never. There's even a shot that an O negative woman has to get at the beginning so that it can remedy all of that. What was happening and showing up in my blood was that I'm O positive, but my body was developing antibodies, the same two antibodies that a O negative woman would develop during a pregnancy. And so this completely threw the doctors off, because they were like, I've never seen this before. What's happening? So then I began to get scared, because I was really, really at the beginning of this thing, because they didn't even have answers. I was really scared, because could this have happened? Could this have been something that was happening in my miscarriage? Doctor was like, well, it could have been, but I don't think so. So, but anyway, that, just learning about what the blood could do and fighting the baby, and the body, my body raising its defenses to begin to fight off of any foreign thing. And a fetus is considered foreign to the body at first. It was all just really scary to me. And then I was like, well, what do you mean? So am I O negative? So is that what that's meaning? Like, and so the doctor's like, we don't think so. We don't think so, because your blood type, people's blood type don't change. That's not what happens with anybody ever in life, unless you really got something. I mean, it has to really be something going on for your blood type to completely just switch. So that, that began right there. From that initial blood work, that began the anomaly that I became. Because even at one point, one of the nurses was like, girl, you just a unicorn. Because I don't know. We don't know. And for weeks, I had to live with no answers. We had to live with no answers. So I didn't even want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to talk, because I was just so worried from sun up to sundown every single day. Like, trying to figure out what could be going on. What is happening? Is my blood type changing, which does not happen typically, or what? So that was, that went on for weeks. Before then, my doctor was like, okay, because not even the doctors had any answers. So that's what I mean when I say I literally became an anomaly, a medical anomaly. Nobody knew. They even asked other specialists and was thinking about sending me to a blood doctor, because they didn't know what was going on. Yeah, it was kind of crazy for like 6 weeks almost. And so we just had to live with no answers. But then my doctor finally was able to say, here's what's happening. And so she said, your blood type has not changed. You're still O positive, right? So we don't need to, think about giving you that shot, that injection that we would give a O negative woman. We don't need to really do that. And then we just need to monitor. So she explained to me how the occurrence of the antibodies, because that was what became in question. Why was my body developing antibodies that a O negative woman would? And somewhere along the line, she explained some exposure somewhere, which they believe was may have come from that transfusion I had to have during that miscarriage. My body just began to raise its defenses, which it's supposed to do, because even though they had given me positive blood, which was what I already had, to my body, it was still signaling something different than what was already there. So that could have been what triggered my body. That kind of exposure could have been what triggered my body to develop the antibodies. Now, the antibodies wouldn't be anything to even blink at if I was not pregnant. So it only matters because when you're pregnant, in a pregnancy. So if it was, just me, it would be fine. So anyway, so that ran its course. So she broke all of that down, and finally they were able to give me the answers that could solve the medical mystery that I had become. So, and I was like, okay, so we set a plan in place, and she had all these options that I could do, because now I have to be monitored for that constantly to make sure that, because as of right now, and what it's always been, the antibody levels are so low that I haven't even crossed a certain threshold for it to begin to fight the baby, thankfully. But we still gonna have to measure, keep testing and keep monitoring it. So I've since then had a few more blood draws, and where they're able to look at those levels, and they have not moved. They've stayed so weak. That's where the weak D comes from in my blood work report. It's because those antibodies are so weak that it's not going, it's not even able to really be registered. So, but imagine not knowing anything about any of this for about a good 5 to 6 weeks. It was a lot. So anyway, I will talk more about that in detail, but that was because everything else has been okay, and so I've even had the midway through scan, and all of everything looks so beautiful. Doctor said he's very confident that we want the high risk doctor, he's very confident as well that we should be good. So yeah, imagine not knowing any of that for 5 or 6 weeks. It was torture, honestly, for me. But so that's where I've been. I've really just been kind of sitting on that so that I can try to process that myself and figure out, just keep myself, kind of try to stay focused, because it's a lot, still raising a child while expecting another, and high risk, everything. So it's been a lot. Would you agree?
Thumbs up.
What have been your feelings? How have you been feeling through all this?
I've been feeling great.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
But my only issue is, well, it's not that it's a bad issue. With all that she was going through, she kind of curled up and kind of shut down. Well, thank you. Shut down and just kind of just closed herself off a little. So now and not that she stopped cooking, cleaning, it's just the normal schedule way that she did things kind of wasn't. So some days she'd feel like cooking, some days she didn't. So I had to, when I came home from work, do a little bit more with Giselle. Come home from work, come through the door, clean up, maybe get Giselle outside, play with her, do this. And I would just tell her, hey, you can go on upstairs. She would go upstairs, shower, get into bed. I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. So most of those days, it wasn't she do a little bit, I do a little bit. I tried to take on the majority of it just so that she can just lay down, rest. And then there would be days where I told her, look, just get in the car and go for a ride, just to, you know, get out the house, get some fresh air, which you don't like to do. But getting out the house, and not saying that you're just running away from the family, just some fresh air outside of your house, just riding comfortably, peacefully by yourself, it just helps. So that's what I was doing. So my worry was, am I doing enough to make sure that she's okay? So that was my issue.
Yeah, and you did, and he also picked up not only a lot with
And I did some
Giselle.
cooking.
Yeah, I was gonna say you did a lot of house stuff too, extra house stuff.
Extra.
Yeah, y'all know. Y'all already know what I'm dealing with him.
So much extra.
So he did, he did a lot of extra stuff that I normally
Got to
would
work, clean,
not
cook.
doing. Now you ready to tell your story? But I thought she was great.
WCC. Work, clean, cook. Taskmaster was cracking the whip.
Not Taskmaster. You know what?
Boss woman.
You know I ain't been no dog on Taskmaster. So yeah, he has been doing a whole lot, like, you know, and not that he's not involved anyway, because he is, but it's just a lot of things that normally I would just, you know.
She was stealing my free time. My me time.
I know. It's been a sacrifice for us both, and
I couldn't function.
But I thought you were fine.
I was.
Now you want to tell your story?
I'm still fine.
Really? Mm-hmm. Now he want to tell.
But Lord, I couldn't survive. And if you
Yeah.
notice, while she was doing all this talking and messing around, I was getting my grub on.
Clearly,
Well,
that fish.
you want to eat and chat, so I'm getting the eat part down.
I know. So it's been a sacrifice. Let's just say that it's been a sacrifice for both of us, and I recognize that. I think we both recognize that. And so, you know, just yeah. But thankfully, you know, with a lot of prayer, and we had to lean into a lot of that, and a lot of like, yeah, I'll have to get into that in a whole nother video, y'all. But and it still got the eyes.
Yes. That's Kalish, the oil fish, talks to your baby.
What?
Rah.
Rather. So yeah, so that has been happening, and so let me just end this section, this part of it, by just saying this: things are going well, and the doctors couldn't be more happy. I couldn't be more happy. James couldn't be more happy.
I could be a little bit more happy, but
What if you got outside?
heck yeah.
As if you haven't been.
It's been raining too much. Can't ride my bike enough.
No, it's been raining. It's raining now. But so yeah, so that we'll just put it there, put a pin in that, and I'll come back to that. But as of right now, and we're celebrating, like my doctor said, the little victories along the way. So we are at 21 weeks, and everything looks good. Everything looks beautiful. In fact, the doctors have said. So good for that. And then in the midst of all that, your good girlfriend, and I am talking about me, I since then have gotten accepted. I have actually, because the funny thing is, just before learning of this pregnancy, just before, and I'm literally mean a couple of weeks before, I had learned of my acceptance. Or no, I hadn't learned of my acceptance yet. But I had applied to not grad school. Well, yes, you could say it. But anyway, I've been accepted now into seminary.
Program.
Yes, into a doctoral program. So big ups to me, because I mean, I'm so excited about it. being accepted into this doctoral program. I didn't learn of the acceptance until into the pregnancy, but I had just applied before because I wasn't even thinking that like this could be our lives this year. And so I had just applied literally just weeks before finding out about being pregnant. So I learned into the pregnancy some that I've been accepted. So I'm so proud of myself and I'm so happy. So that's been another major happening that I have been very trying to be very intentional about being happy about that, because I was going through the trenches at the beginning of this pregnancy. And so that was something that kind of like lifted me up a little bit. So thank goodness for that. So yeah, I have something that will be developing on the inside and on the outside. So I'm excited about that too, y'all. Yeah. So I'll be headed back to school this fall. Along with, because the baby's due date is actually the day before Thanksgiving, right? As if enough craziness. But yes.
But she'll be here a week early. The baby will be here a week early.
Yeah. Of course, you all know, if y'all have followed our pregnancy journey before, after a loss, you know that we're high risk now for every subsequent pregnancy to follow after Jalen has been high risk automatically. And one of the, I guess, terms for being high risk means we don't ever go full term. Well, we are full term. We just don't ever go to 40 weeks. So
39, you go 38.
Right, 38 to 39, depending on, circumstances. So with Giselle, we went right to 39. So we're looking at this one being probably a week before that too. So hopefully we'll get in and get out before I can have some turkey.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because she needs to be home a few days to recover, because, it's a lot cooking for Thanksgiving.
And who's cooking? Do y'all see this? Do y'all hear this?
So, yes. It's a lot for me
What?
as far as the cooking.
Oh, you cooking now? What?
Well, you cooking?
Then I just got out the hospital.
All right.
Well,
I
if
just
the
said
Lord
you need to
says
be,
the
because,
same.
you can come down and monitor. And help out.
No. Don't think I'll be in any mood.
Me and Popeyes is going to have the fried chicken.
Popeye.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Y'all
Fried
pray
turkey,
for
though.
us. Pray for us, y'all.
Fried turkey. They do
If you
fried
love
turkey.
us.
Brah. And gobble gobble.
If you love us, you'll pray.
Or
James.
honey baked. They got
Oh,
ham
okay.
and chicken. More the ham than the chicken. Because I'm a ham person, love some ham.
Yeah, you.
Ham.
So,
Whoa, ham.
but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out
Or
what
we
needs
just
to
get
be
a lot
done.
of plates from different folks and call it a Thanksgiving.
Well, plate collecting don't hurt nobody. Ain't never hurt nobody. And people always trying to give stuff away anyway, trying to shove stuff out the door, which for holidays like Thanksgiving, because it's just so much food. So
But-
that could work.
Here,
Could
where
do
we're
that.
at, we have a good support group. When I got sick with COVID, family was there to support us. Things that we need, stuff that was already made to help Lanico out, because I was stuck upstairs. When we lost Elena, of course, I wasn't thinking about cooking. She definitely wasn't thinking about cooking. Family support kicked in again. So shout out to Gina and Lauren. I mean, they always came through.
Always.
When Lanico had to go to the hospital to do her procedure. It was scheduled for Friday, but an emergency, hey, it needs to happen tonight. Lauren came and got Giselle, and she got to camp out for a day and some change and gave them headaches.
I know.
But the girls loved having their cousin over there, so.
And of course, she cut up, didn't go to
So.
sleep.
Well, it's a new environment, so.
Right, excitement kicked in. So she did not want to go to sleep. Jumping up, playing around, same thing she do.
And
here.
she had playmates.
Exactly.
So that was a blessing. So
So yeah, we have what we need. We do.
and we'll go with this. With any situation that you're in, make sure that you got a good support group with you. Whether it be good times, bad times, whatever. You need folks that will be there for you when you just really need somebody to help you out.
Yeah.
And we are blessed to have that.
So
I'm trying to eat now.
I've been eating little by little. Be quiet. I'm trying to enjoy my food too. But yes, so guys, it has been a lot, but we've been hanging in there and we have been having a lot of prayers because, you know, like I said, without going, because I really do, I really will address a lot of this in a separate video, but it has been even from a spiritual journey. Like I said, that a whole nother time, but it has been a spiritual journey as well. Because as y'all know, I know y'all, if you look back at some of my last few videos, I have been healing from the traumatic events that happened in September, which was a lot. So I've been working on healing. And so I'm still, even though I'm expecting again, I'm still in my own way walking through my own grieving process still. So it's like grieving, but then expecting and growing at the same time, expecting life, but grieving death at the same time. And it's been interesting, but it's been really good. I mean, I'm in such a good place now that, I can really kind of manage a lot of what is happening. Even though it may seem like a lot, well, not seem like it is, even if it is a lot. I've been managing much better. So
I'm grieving too.
of course, absolutely.
All my money's getting ready to really leave.
You know what?
You be broke. I'm gonna be a poor man.
Whatever. So anywho, tell me, you grieving your money loss?
Them dead presidents that running away from me.
You grieving the money loss?
Yankee money gone.
You are dumb. See what I'm saying, y'all?
Yep.
It is hard with somebody like him around. It's hard to
No, but on a real,
to be like sad because he's just so silly.
you're
about
doing.
things.
I mean, it's a day by day process, and I smile my way through it. And if my heart can laugh, then I'm doing okay.
Excuse me. Yeah. So we're doing good. We're doing good. We're hanging in. And I mean, we're soldiers. This is part of what makes our marriage too. Because we have seen a lot in the 8 years that we've been together. We have dealt with a lot. We have faced a
70
lot.
some change.
Well, yeah, not quite 8. Sorry, we're not there yet. November will be 8.
And no,
But it feel like
no Jamaica trip for you.
I know. Yeah, remember when we went on our baby moon?
We need them all so long about that.
I remember when we were pregnant with Giselle.
We don't want to hear about that.
We had
They didn't
our
watch
baby
it.
moon.
They don't watch it. They
Oh,
don't
take
say
me back. But
That's
I can't
not
do that
smart.
this time. Things are just so different, and yeah. But anywho, that's where we've been, you guys. That's what's been going on with us. And so we will just ask that you all continue to lift us in prayer, like some of you have, and we are thankful for those of you who have reached out, because I know people have been asking us, asking me, and probably, I don't know, maybe messaging you too, but finding a way to get in touch with me and asking like, how are things, and making sure that, because I know I had been kind of like almost disappeared. So, but yeah, I would just ask that y'all keep us lifted in prayer, and so that we can see our way through these last,
And
19, 18, 17, maybe even weeks.
yeah, send me some donations to help pay for things.
Donation.
Poor man. My money's gone.
Y'all don't listen to him. Really. Truly. So yes, we hope you have enjoyed this little update, this life update. We hope you have enjoyed spending some time with us. I don't know what y'all were eating on, but we ate good. We did pretty good. Others better than others. So yeah. But anyway, like this video. Give us a thumbs up if you did. And don't forget to subscribe on your way out the door.
Ding, ding.
Right, so you can keep up with us, because we'll be back. I'll be back. We'll be back.
As she was saying, hit the notification bell
Yes, that too. So that when we do upload,
and cash at me. That's all I have.
All right, y'all. Keep me in prayer. Thank you. Me, Giselle, and this little baby. Because y'all see what we got to deal with. Anyway. Okay, y'all. So until the next time, we hope you enjoyed your dinner with us. And y'all be easy. Because
What if
we'll
they
be
had
back.
lunch?
Or lunch. Or even breakfast if you're watching in the morning.
Anyway,
Hey.
bye everybody.
Bye, y'all.